Camille's Academy Smart School Initiative was actually an idea that came about in the midst of the pandemic. What we saw during COVID is that as much as there were many adversities and challenges, there were equal opportunities. We are in a 21st century and we have found that the interest with our children is a whole lot on ICT. With this budding industry, artificial intelligence, there is this greater need to introduce coding in schools. So even at this level, we're currently in discussions with two agencies externally as to how we can integrate coding as early as 5 years old. Because we have found again, like I would mention, it's all about building capacity, human capacity, and where this country is heading, with this big boom in oil and gas. And the most important place to tap in to bring the opportunities in ICT is the school. And here is where we play a very pivotal role. We are so responsible for building the young minds, hence the need for the Smart School Initiative. So what we have done in 2020 is that we partnered with another company, and the company built an entire platform, an entire school management software. It manages our children, their attendance, their performance, even the curriculum. So we have moved from the traditional way of preparing our curriculum. All of our curriculum are now digitalized. We have moved to e-testing. And only recently, again, we heard CX is moving in that direction. But with all these wonderful opportunities, there is still some level of challenges. Our major challenge is the internet infrastructure. All these ideas sound really great, but at the end of the day, executing all of these ideas or projects that we have already invested in lies heavily on the internet infrastructure. So you would find in a classroom, instead of waiting to use the internet to teach during different types of multimedia, what we have the teacher doing, the same digital contents, they're using projectors, they're using television screen, because it's very hard to access the internet. And this school has grown in the last 6 to 8 months from 35 children to over 300 children. So that alone tells you that people are gravitating to this kind of learning. There's much more improvements that got to be made because, like I would have mentioned, it's just 6 to 8 months old. But there's this demand for this level of education within the classroom. And education is not something that you pay for, it is something that you invest in. And I find that parents are investing. It's a private education service. They're investing it because they want the best for their children. So we owe them that much to deliver nothing but the best. And that's why we're always exploring opportunities to see how we can continue to build our brand, continue to bring value to our customer. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones we are accountable to. But apart from ICT and this being a smart school, I think most of our focus right now, with all that has been happening lately, a lot of emphasis should also be placed on mental health. You can give these kids all of these opportunities, but if they don't have a strong mental capacity, all of this will go in vain. So I will take this opportunity to also bring the media, bring the Guyana population abreast with what is happening at Camille's Academy. On May the 19th, we'll be launching a life skill program. And that initiative is between the Life Skill Education Institute, which has the franchise, and that is being done with Action Invest Grieving Aid. So it has a collaboration. And that is another way of supporting mental health in schools. So I feel that is the core of everything, and that's where everything starts. Building that mental capacity within our children, supporting them emotionally, psychologically. So as much as ICT is very important, so is also mental health. So the two will have to work hand in hand. And that's basically the most recent project that we are bringing to our kids at no additional cost. And that's basically for the Crane location. All the system that we introduce in here will be replicated across other locations. In 2020, we had Lusignan set up as a smart school as well. Again, the infrastructure is there for a smart school. How the class was designed very similar to train for a smart school, but it's a work in progress in getting the resources now in the classroom, and that will take some time. I'm projecting between now or when we started with it for the new academic year, September, it should be a fully run smart school. So for us, a smart school is a technology-based educational learning/teaching institution that prepares our children for the digital age. And like I would have mentioned, we are in the 21st century. It's very important that a lot of focus should be in how we can build capacity in ICT. And as you're doing that, that bridges the gap between school and making our children, increasing the level of employability. Because at the end of the day, it's all about creating or building or nurturing children that can really work with an environment, can easily adjust. As you can see, many organizations, if not all, or many of it rather, is powered by technology. So as they get into their organization, at least they can adjust very easily. Transition is much easier. It's pretty much preparing them for the digital age. That's where the world is heading. The benefits of having a smart school, especially for the younger generation, for me, it makes learning more exciting. It brings out a contemporary way of learning. And for me, it's a way of learning that the children can actually adapt to. A learning that can easily attract them and can easily resonate with their way of thinking and learning. And in that way, that in itself can motivate them to learn better. So that's one of the many benefits of the whole Smart School initiative. So the main objective is to prepare our younger generation, our learners, so that they can function effectively in society. 5-10 years from now, they must be equipped technologically or equipped with the technological knowledge that they can function very effectively within their organizations, within projects that they have a passion for. So that's basically the biggest objective of bringing the Smart School initiative, is to drive a greater or higher interest in ICT. And the trickle-down effect, or the bigger objective, is that we can all contribute to this big vision of building a prosperous Ghana, because everything is going to be highly dependent on ICT. Currently, we have 4 locations, 4 physical locations, and we're still running 1 online school. So there's a total student population of approximately 1,350. So we have locations on the East Coast, that is in Lusignan. We have 2 locations on the East Bank. We have our main location in Soesdijk, that is where everything started about 22 years ago. So on the East Bank, we have Soesdijk, and we have a Diamond, and we have this one in Crane on the West Coast. We are a partner when it comes to education, and in terms of direct help, financial assistance, I can safely say that that level of assistance is passed down to our children, because we are now privileged to have the cash grant. And there's this great misconception that only the elites, the very affluent parents, send their kids to private school. Now, I want to use this platform to refute that claim. We have seen children coming to private schools on scholarship. We have seen children come to private schools through sponsorship and aid from family members who saw those children are very gifted. They have a high level of performance, and why not give them the best education, the best opportunity? So with this whole cash grant initiative, I can tell you, I've seen it greatly help a lot of parents. So yes, that is one of the major assistance we're getting from the Ministry of Education. But apart from that is their constant support. What we have seen in the last 3 years, it's amazing that you are now in the loop. Ministry keeps you abreast with everything that is happening. You're part of all the meetings, of all the plannings, and you now even have the opportunity to share your ideas. And that is what I particularly admired with the Ministry of Education. So if you want to call that some level of support, I think that's a great level of support we're getting there. But the financial aid, which is passed on to our children, first and foremost, and all the different indirect level of support that we get.